wimbo ambao umebeba ujumbe kwa pamoja katika usiku kuu, na wimbo huo waweza mtia matumaini mwanadamu anapoanguka.
I was listening to a few of those like real African or Kenyan music banker artists from the 50s and 60s, in particular listening to Kamaru is very popular in the central Kenya region, and then there was Kipchamba was very popular in the South Rift part of Kenya. These artists were mostly singing songs that if you listen to them carefully, they have a lot of influence from country music. It's hard to understand why country music became very popular in Kenya to the extent that it influenced the African music that emerged in the 1950s, 30s, 40s, 50s. But I think mostly it came from, while the British had a lot of influence on Kenyan music because we were colonized by the British, there were American missionaries who came here, and I think that influence started with them. But we cannot talk about country music in Kenya without talking about Sandona, a program that runs at KBC Radio. This, in fact, it is the longest running radio program. It started in 1950s and it's still going to date. And it's so popular among a certain group of people. I'll say this, if you meet a Kenyan who is above 40 and has some level of college education, 90%, you have 90% chances that they are country music lover, or at least they have some good memories when country music plays. Sandona was so popular 90s going back because KBC was basically the only radio station you listen to, and Sandona used to come in the evening when people are relaxed at home, maybe driving home or things like that. And people, whether you liked it or did not like it, you had to listen to Sandona. And of course, when you listen to something repeatedly, at some point you either like it or it's burned in your memories, and you come to listen to it later, you really like it. So, but in the recent past, we've had Kenyans who perform country music. Sir Elvis is one of those. He's the most notable of those people. There are clubs you go and they have a country music day in a week. Now, this guy who's come, Samson Maombi, is just one more person. In fact, Sir Elvis has performed even in the US, and he's even been awarded or received some award for his good performance of country music. But why actually is Africans singing or liking country music such an interesting phenomenon, or why does it raise eyebrows, especially in the West? It has to do with the fact that while music cuts across cultures, music is an identity of a certain group of people. Certain music playing, you know that is the music of a certain people. Even if you like it, you still recognize that. But country music in particular is, of course, seen as the music of the white people in the US. And there's something unique about country music and its relationship with other races, especially the black people in the US. They kind of don't like it. The black people don't like it in the US. They don't listen to it. They are not fan of it. So in the US environment, country music is just thought to be a white man music completely, and black people don't even want to give it a moment. So when the people from that part of the world see a black person singing country music or even enjoying country music, it's something that's weird to them. So I think that's why there is this fascination with Africans listening to country music or singing country music. But country music is very popular in Africa, especially in Kenya, very popular. If you find people, it's even more popular in the rural parts of Kenya than it is in the urban towns, in the urban centers. The urban center is more hip hop now, especially with the younger generation. But as I said, people over 40 years have some level of college education. Chances are they like country music. That's because of Sandona, as I've mentioned, the program that has been running at KBC since the 1950s.